Hi everyone, I'm Frida and I'm back with another video. In this video, I'm going to show you how I made this Cloisonne Enamel Orca Pendant. Let's get to it. First, I cut out the shape which is going to be a triangle. I'm going to fold up the sides of the triangle to give this little pendant a nice frame. Here, I'm cutting at the corners to be able to do that. Dingo is here and hanging out with me while I'm working. I scored the lines where the sides are going to fold up, and here with this cutting tool I'm cutting the material partially to be able to fold up the sides along these cut lines. I grabbed my steel block and I used the edge of it to fold one side up. I couldn't fold more than one side on a steel block, so I went to the vise and I put a triangle shaped insert in it and I folded the leftover two sides on that. I e-nailed it and I domed it a little bit, just slightly because of the sides I couldn't do much, but I wanted to prevent warping. Let's have a break and make some tea. I'm a big tea drinker, I have several cups a day. This is a tangerine tea and I really enjoy this one. I'm going to go back to work until it cools. Here you can see me folding the cloisonne wires. Cloisonne is a French word and it means the little cells between the wires. I'm folding these wires with tweezers and pliers to follow my design. They are flat wires and they are standing on their edges and they are going to separate the colors. I put the wires on a sticky tape to keep them in place until I'm ready to put them on the surface of the pendant. I would like to mention here that I have a Patreon account. Please support me there if you find my videos helpful, or buy me a cup of coffee. The links are going to be in the description. Cloisonne enameling is a very tedious work. It takes a very long time to create a piece. This pendant took me about 16 hours to make. When I was done with the wire work, I finished preparing the base. I sifted the back with black counter enamel and I applied 2 layers and I fired it off camera. After that I sifted the front with clear for silver and I also fired that off camera. I put a silver foil which I made previously on the bottom part of the triangle because where the water is going to be, I wanted it to break up the light a little bit more, so it's going to be more glittery. I fired it off camera so the foil got stuck in the melted base coat. I covered the foil with clear enamel again and fired it. Now I'm ready to place the previously folded wires on the surface of the pendant. I'm using a tweezer and glue to do that. The glue is there to hold the wires in place until the next firing. When all the wires were at the right spot, I waited the glue to dry and I fired the piece in my kiln. I really needed a break here, so I checked on my tea. I decided to take you out with me to enjoy the beautiful view I have. After my tea, I continued working. It was time to apply the first layer of colorful enamel. I washed these enamels thoroughly before using them. They come in powdered form and they contain a lot of fines which can disturb the clarity of the finished enamel. I have a video on my Patreon where I show you how I wash and store my enamels. I use a paintbrush and a scraper to get these enamels in between these cells. I'm using black for the orca's body, which is actually an opaque black, and opaque colors don't always look good with transparent colors, so I mix this black with a transparent dark blue. It's still going to look black at the end, but it breaks up the opaqueness of the black, if it makes sense. I'm going to share all the materials and colors I used for this project on my Patreon. I'm really happy to see how the colors fit together in this one. I like the contrast of the orca's bodies against the blue water and sky. When I was done with the first layer, I waited the enamel to dry, that's really important, and I fired it in my kiln on 1400 Fahrenheit for 2 minutes. Enamel always shrinks during firing, so we need to apply more than one layer. After the first layer, we also have a chance to correct some colors if you don't like something. You can tweak with the colors a little bit, although keep it in mind that the first layer is always going to show through if you use transparent enamels. I usually need to apply 3 layers. In this case, I applied a 4th layer, but not on the whole surface of the pendant, only on those areas where the enamel was too thin. I did the last 2 layers off camera. The last step of this process is the sanding. I use diamond pads and a lot of water for this. With this step, we expose the wires and make the surface smooth. Enamel loses its shine during the sanding process, so we have to fire it again to get the shine back. I did that off camera. Here I would like to say thanks to my patrons for the support. This is how it turned out. I really love it. Let me know guys what you think. If you like my work and my videos, please consider supporting me on Patreon or buy me a cup of coffee. You can also show your support by subscribing to my channel, liking, sharing my videos, and also commenting on them. Thank you guys so much for watching and see you in the next one. Bye!